Hello, mathematicians. Today we're going to be learning about whole numbers, more specifically how to divide multi-digit whole numbers, and we're going to express our remainder as a fraction. To get us started, here we have a word problem, which says a class ordered 4 pizzas, which is 32 slices. If there are 14 students, how many slices does each student get? So let's identify key information. Like we have 32 slices in total, and we're going to figure out how much each student could get. So we're going to divide, and we're going to divide by 14 because there are 14 students. So 32 divided by 14. So again, we're going to take the total slices of pizza divided by the 14 students to figure out how many slices each student can get. So let's go ahead and divide. We're going to take 32, which is our dividend, and divide that by 14. So first we ask ourselves, how many times does 14 go into that first digit? But it doesn't go into 3. So now we're going to look at the first 2 digits and ask ourselves, how many times does 14 go into 32? And 14 goes into 32 2 times because 14 times 2 is equal to 28, and that's as close as we could get to 32 without going over. So we're going to go ahead and subtract now. 32 minus 28 is equal to 4. So that means we have 2 remainder 4. Let's talk about what that means in the context of our problem. So if we have 14 students and 32 slices, that means that each student gets 2 slices because our quotient was 2. So the first student gets 2, second student gets 2, third student gets 2, fourth student gets 2, fifth student gets 2, sixth student gets 2, seventh student gets 2, eighth student gets 2, ninth student gets 2, 10th student gets 2, 11th student gets 2, 12th student gets 2, 13th student gets 2, and our 14th student also gets 2. So that is where the 2 ties in, and the 4 that we have as a remainder means that there are 4 slices left over. So let's take a deeper dive into what that means. So our quotient 2 represents the number of slices each student gets because 14 goes into 32 2 times. Our remainder 4 represents the 4 slices left over, which is our remainder. 14, our divisor, represents the number of slices we would need to give each student 1 more slice. So in summary, when we divide 32 by 14, we get 2 and 4 over 14. The top number of our fraction, which is our numerator, tells us that there are 4 slices left over. However, 4 out of 14 means we only have 4 out of the 14 slices we would need so that every student gets an additional slice. And that's how we write our remainder as a fraction, and this is what it would mean in the context of our word problem.